Didn't mean to play that again a second time. Professional streamer, I swear. Anyway, hello everyone. We're gonna be a little delayed for starting the actual gameplay here on account of the fact I have a cat. Ah! Don't think your claws under me. Don't think your claws under me. I know you're very excited. I know you're very excited. Yes. She has decided to hop into my lap and has made herself very comfortable. Who's your good kitty? Who's your kitty? So, got a couple of cats. For starters, I got like two cats. One of them is older, and the other was a little kitten. So they're both little kittens. All cats are kittens. It doesn't matter how old they are. You can quote me on this. Spread it around like fire. You can quote me on this. All cats are kittens. And if anyone disagrees with that, there is something wrong with them. Anyway, um, so I guess I'm just going to be stalling for time until my cat decides that I'm allowed to stream. Whatever year that's going to be, anyway. He's a good kitty. He's a good kitty. He's a kitty, 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 kitty. Here's your kitty, 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 kitty. Here's your pretty kitty, kitty, kitty. She's looking very comfortable. I think we're gonna have to cancel the stream. Here's the baby kitty. Yeah, she's not gonna move for a little while. Are you purring? Are you purring? Are you purring? If you are purring, could you purr towards the microphone, please, so that everyone can hear you? Everyone can hear your beautiful voice. Oh, she is so content. Where's your kitty? I'm glad I'm not a more popular streamer because if I was, I would have like demands of like from the chat, like show cat, post cat, webcam cat, and stuff like that. And the less I reveal about my personal life, the better, frankly. But are you gonna get me doxxed, Maisie? Maisie has already been leaking my personal information to the highest bidder on the deep web. She's using it to funnel her a crippling dried minnow addiction. All those years of rehab wasted. Oh. Maisie has Maisie over here, my cat. She has killed 50 men. All of them cops who tried to uncover her legal criminal organizations of getting kitty treats across state lines. She's personally killed all 50 of them with a spoon. It takes a very long time, but she's a sick motherfucker. She enjoys it. Hmm. I might just this might just be the rest of the stream. I might just like cancel everything and just pat Maisie for 3 hours. I'm certain Maisie wouldn't mind. Are you enjoying your small internet fame? She's enjoying it. She has no idea. She has no idea. She just gave the big sigh. Who's a big sigh? Okay, it's been almost 10 minutes. I guess at 15 minutes I'll relent and put away the kitten. You're gonna get put away. You're gonna get put away for life for your crimes against humanity. She's already bribed the judge. She already has the judge's family hostage in a basement somewhere in Las Vegas, Nevada. Are we a hardened criminal? Are we a hardened criminal? Are we a hardened criminal? Are we a vicious predator? Oh my goodness. She is so comfortable. It's gonna be really hard to. It's gonna be really hard to detach myself from this cat. Good lord. Hmm. Baby. Little baby. Ow. Ow. It's okay if you want to stretch, but you can't stretch by sinking your claws into my shoulder. She knows. It's a threat. She knows that she has 2.5 minutes left on my lap. Excuse me. Alright. Who's a kid? Oh my goodness. She knows what's happening, so she's curling up in increasingly cute poses. My god, you're shedding fur everywhere. You are shedding fur everywhere. Who's the cuddly little kitty baby? Who's the cuddly kitty baby? Someone woke up today and decided to be a cuddly kitty baby. When exactly did they wake up? Their guess is as good as mine. Oh. Someone's got this stinky cat breath. Why does your stinky cat breath smell like eggs? Why does it smell like eggs? Like egg salad. Like lots of mayo. Stinky kitty. You keep that up, I'm gonna put you I'm gonna put you on the cat bed early. Okay, kitten. As much as it pains me, I must release you. She just kind of perked her head up and looked around. She knows something's up. Alright, time to go put this cat on a cat bed. I come back and the first thing I see is Lyra calling me a nerd. Well, you're the nerd, Lyra. You missed a whole 15 minutes of cat ASMR. Who's the real nerd now, huh? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Anyway. In my defense, I called you a nerd before you left. Semantics. Semantics. Anyway. We now return to Waragold, questioning whether she should kill Albrig in cold blood with this knife. Don't do it! She didn't do it. Okay, anyway, moving on. So what exactly were we doing again? It's been a week. Alright. Beep-a-da-ba-boo-boo. Beep-a-ba-ba-boo-boo. Beep-a-da-ba-doo-doo. Yip-a-da-ba-doo-doo-doo. Hello? What the hell do you want from me? If I'm the title of my commander, you can have this. Now, who's that elf talking to? She didn't introduce herself, but she was greatly interested in the volunteer that had joined the army. She thought I might know of the elf she was looking for my mercenary contacts. I couldn't tell you any more than that. She never shared her name. Good luck. Watch your back. Only trust her closest friends. The enemy is cunning and treacherous. Friends? Me? What a joke. And let's see here. Let's take Darren. Because we always want to take Darren everywhere. Alright. That's right, we still need to get that Seela quest done. Magical anomalies are common in the world of Galarian. So common that they use the word anomaly itself as questionable. A regular city dweller will encounter a chaotic manifestation of supernatural power at least once in their lifetime. One might naturally assume a strange sky, ghostly fires from rifts in the ground, and rains of eyeballs, all the Whirlpool is known for, should find some purchase in the mortal mind. But even the most worldly travelers feel uneasy at the borders. Why? Perhaps it's instinctually they understand that this place is not merely a magical wasteland, but a wound, an ulcer, for which the world bleeds itself into the abyss. The commander and our army walk the high bank of the... Fuck! Professional streamer, give me a moment. I need to activate professional-er streamer. The commander and our army walk the high banks of the West Selene River, where it draws on the border of the whirlpool. The soldiers' feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind and water. The sky hangs over their sharp edges and sickening bends, the shade of mercury on the horizon, rising to dirty rust as it arches over the soldier's head. It remains unfamiliar as her hue. The soldiers whisper and grunt. The commander feels her eyes upon her back. Somewhere among them, wearing simple armor, unrecognized to anyone, the ruler of Mendev is standing watching the new commander closely. The commander gives the signal to wait and climbs the highest point of the bank. There, she decides to... address the soldiers and boost morale. Establishing rapport with the troops is yet another battle a leader must face. Though the subtle alchemy of words, one can win trust and raise morale, or lose faith in authority. Addressing the army on the border of the war wound, the commander seeks to establish herself as the military's new leader in the battleground. Her efforts prove fruitful. The soldiers listen dutifully and smiles appear on their faces. Sometimes in the ranks, jokes that the demons are growing tired of waiting for them. The army keeps moving.
Alright, so, here's the speech. If you all guys fight for me, I will pay you all a lot of money. Please clap.
And just standing ovation from everybody. Lines of soldiers step wearily beneath the shroud of a low black crowd. It's like the world wound has reached its finger into the lands of Mendev. The gesture seems eerily harmless, but then the cloud comes to life, shooting out howling tornadoes, one after another. The tornadoes come from all sides, from ahead, behind, right above the soldier's head. The power of the elements on the side of the scales. The soldiers' faith and inspiration on another. The plan to see which is greater. The determination of the army runs the gauntlet of tornadoes. The struggle lasts for over half an hour, but the army only loses a few bags of supplies and a dozen hats whipped off into the sky. After stopping to catch their breath, the soldiers continue on. Their encounter with the whirlpool has ended in their favor.
Alright.
Yeah.
We will win this war.
What? I should note that the cutscene stuff tends to break a lot when you or another character is on a horse. Horse breaks game. We're finally here! Alan and Curl must be around somewhere. And Jana too, if they gave her permission to leave. Ah, there they are. Greetings, Sela. And greetings to you, Knight Commander. Alan is feeling a little shy. He thought he'd ask help from a couple of nobodies like us. But now you've turned up in the savior of Canabras, Knights of the Fifth Crusade, marked by Iomede's blessing. And you still came to help him dig through piles of junk. Let's not talk about you. I assure you, I'm the same Sela. You're a friend from the League of the Cart, and we came all this way to help you look for Alan's ring. By the way, what's Curl? He didn't come with us. He said an old wound was acting up. Alright, my friends, since we're here, let's finish the mission quickly. I don't feel comfortable bothering the Knight Commander with my personal problems.
What does the ring look like?
Where should we look for it? How expensive is it? The last time I saw the ring was my things in my traveling chest. Now the camp's in total disarray. I don't know how we'll ever find it. The ring is made of shiny silver metal with a deep blue-green jewel. You can't miss it. Master Derek's not just a jeweler, but an artisan. There's no mistaking one of his creations. A trinket worth several months' pay, Alan? The rules on the surface are insane. You should give your girls fried lats like we do. You'd save yourself a lot of trouble, Lyra. I think Lan does not understand that some girls on the surface like live rats. Squeakertons.
Alright, let's go.
Jenna and I will look around the northern side. We'll see you when we find something. Or when we give up trying.
Loot. Money. More loot. More money.
If only we had a bard.
This is my kind of work.
That is different from us. There's a strong burnt smell around it. A rustling sound coming from within.
Let's have some fun.
Ah!
Take you!
Didn't expect that. Ooh, skill check. Time to save scum.
A success worthy of praise.
Oh, that's probably it. Actually, that is it. I know because I played this game before. I played this game before. Ooh, this is actually a really good,
Rely on me.
fancy new shield for Sela. Let's just take care of that right now.
Yeah.
A small quasi-demon emerges from the chest, looking at you angry, screwing up its angry little face. It holds a shiny object in its paws, sparkling silver ring with a large blue-green jewel.
It's mine! Mine!
Elaine, look! Look at that creepy thing. What's it holding? I've seen this before. These small demons like to tease and bully, but a bull sense a real threat. Let's surround it and tie us together, before we can figure out what's happening.
Mine! My precious! Mine! Mine! My precious! My precious NFTs!
Elaine! Jana! They're right. They'll come around. They'll come around soon. Quickly, Wargo, let's catch the rascal before it runs off with the ring.
Hey, It's mine, precious. Mine. Mine.
Here's the problem. We have a horse. Quasit doesn't. Come here. We're literally faster than you are. Big jerk. Before Elan managed to get to the closet, the halfling Curl appears right next to it, quite everywhere. He snatches the ring from the demon's paws. You mustn't get it! Curl? What are you? Thrusting himself between Elaine and Curl, see that Barry managed to absorb the blow aimed at the halfling. Elaine, stop it! Have you gone mad? He's using a summoning spell. Why did you stop?
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
Some lovely prey has just stepped into my trap.
No! Alan! Sela! Help!
Damn it, I didn't sign up for this.
Get ready. We're on our own now.
Wah! Wah! I said wah!
Cover me, all right?
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Did.
Ooh, nice.
Out of my sight!
You've crossed the wrong mountain. You won't survive me.
Alan! What were you doing? You need to cut down Curl without a second thought. Without a trial. Without even knowing if he was responsible for all this. He might be a victim himself. What am I doing? He lured us into a trap. Curl was the only one who knew where we were going. He knew we were there and it wouldn't be anyone else at the camp besides the small harmless demons, so he set a trap. I wouldn't be surprised if his demon masters had him targeting the Knight Commander from the start. Talk about believing in redemption, scoundrels. We barely know anything about what happened. Curl's a good lad. He's not a spy or a murderer. Maybe they just threatened or tricked him. Or even bewitched him with demon magic. And now we'll never know because you let him escape. I'd let a thief go than cut down an innocent.
Alright, okay, look, you're both right. But what's done can't be undone. Can we move on from this, please?
We're lucky no one died today at Little Brawl. But who knows where Sela's naivety may one day lead you. Do you hear me, sister? You're not just another knight. Whatever you may do may have terrible consequences. You clearly have something to say. Go ahead then. Spit it out. Sela, I don't want to say this. I think of you as my friend, and I'm going to warn you. After what happened to the Grey Garrison, you're in serious danger. Maybe not just you. You might like to ignore the military hierarchy and the rules of knightly order, as there is wisdom in them that has stood the test of time. A soldier rises from a private to an officer. A knight begins as a squire. Even Iomede's paladins gain their abilities gradually. But not with you and the commander. You were granted incredible powers, far surpassing a seasoned paladin with experience and skill far beyond your years. You received this gift just at the right moment. It saved a lot of lives across Mendiv. That's a great deed that will be remembered for ages to come. Well, what happens next was wrong. They begin to worship you. The queen gave you such a vast power. All the while you sidestepped everything. Training, exercise, hardship. This is not the first time Her Majesty has behaved rashly. And how much good has that brought to Mendiv? I'm frightened by what I see. Especially with the way you, Sela, trust people so easily. And leap into ventures without looking. One day you'll lower your sword when you should have driven the blade home. Just like 1,000 bright-eyed youngsters will after you. I want to tell you the same thing, Commander.
So, if I understand correctly, I'm an incompetent leader who never earned my position, eh? Bear me no grudge, Commander. I'm not so ungrateful as to forget what you did for Ganabras. Now you agreed to help me. I said it to Sela, and I'll say it again. This wasn't a reproach, but a warning. The power you've been given, it may be your undoing, and the undoing of all the Crusade along with you. In any case, forgive me for wasting your time, and subjecting you to the danger here. Now at least know that Carl's a traitor, and Jenna's a coward ready to abandon her friends when the going gets tough. I hope we all learned a lesson from these mistakes. As for the Blasted Ring, to hell with it. Kiana won't love me solely for the gifts I bring her. Everything's become very complicated all of a sudden. Please, Waragold, let's go back. And I'd like to talk to you about it later. I got a lot to think about.
No reason to pause.
Dude. Melodrama, melodrama. This is a very serious game, guys. Very serious game with very serious interpersonal concept. The world is horrible. Life is pain. Meanwhile, our girl's just sitting over here, just like, whack. You know what? Get rid of these guys. I don't like them. You're sacked. You're fired. Alright. Now we actually get a real Crusade battle. Let's see here. Shoot the burbs. Shoot the burbs. I just realized we didn't have a general when we got started. Motherfucker. Can you guys believe I played this game so many times? Anyway, let's assign a general. These generals all suck. I want a new one. There we go. This is my personal favorite general, Chief Agaboya. She basically can solo the entire game for by herself. She is ridiculously powerful. Observe. I was just thinking to myself, something's weird. Where's all my spells that just decimate the enemy army for free? And sure enough, I was missing something. Let's bump it. How dare! And it is his lemon squiz. But then again, we haven't set the lowest difficulties, so of course. We have successfully stolen the briefcase. Yoink. More peeps. Crossbow of judgment. Beep. Run, cowards! Run! The conundrum solved. Someone on the road. Get ready. I don't feel like getting ready. Let's take a nap. Let's see here. Yeah. My life. Oh no.
Together we stand.
It's raining cocaine. Terrible jokes aside. Through the mist, you see a flickering flames of a campfire. 3 figures wrapped in crusaders' cloaks are huddled next to it. A stout, smiling dwarf, a rash, dark-haired halfling, and a delicate-looking woman who appears to be very young. You reckon the campfire is driving away the bleak fog, and a Protestant warmth rests from our legs. Hey, it's the commander herself. Don't just stand there. Have a seat by the fire. It's a bit damp today. Might as well dry off at least. What are you? Frontline scouting party. Our senior says to head to look for ambushes. We've been walking all day, so we've been making a booviac. Go ahead and help yourself to some tea. It's an honor for us to be sharing the campfire with the commander. Dusty boots and parched cloaks and mist kits lying next to the trees and scouts. I never thought we'd run into such jovial company out here. I don't suppose you guys have anything stronger than tea in your canteens. Chief, just so you know, walking away from campfires where folk gives you free food is a sin in the eye of God. It's quiet here, alright, as the grave. I don't know why, but I don't like the feeling of this place. It makes my scales stand on end. You seem suspicious. I'm just gonna kill you just in case. Ha! Would you look at that? She didn't buy it. Enough of the masquerade then, everyone. No more games. Oh, fuck! It's the drow! Who are you? Who are you? We are servants of Lord Discovery, and you are the pitiful insect that got caught up in our web. Did you like our sweet little Atsy? Do you want to play with her in your tent? Yeah. You monsters! I did not see what you were right from the start. Dumb paladin! You really think your ability to sense evil can't be fooled? Lady Enamora taught us long ago how to do tricks like that to you. Alright. You think I'm at your mercy? We'll see who the real play is. I love it when the prey tries to fight back. You know, that's just...
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
You miss,
Cover
nerd.
me, all right? Out of my sight.
Get a load of that hair.
The light. Take you. The inheritor. Guide my blade.
Well, it's a drow, so it probably has spell resistance. It does, but then we two poggies to get hit by spell resistance.
You won't survive me.
God, these guys suck. They can't hit us worth beans.
See that?
Yeah, we did get hit once during this encounter. These guys suck. So, it's the stuff to steal. Kyoinkus. And diamond dust. Delightful. Any more stuff? Any more loot? Any more loot for the boyos? Conundrum unsolved. Yoink. 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 Now we get to the first one of Wrath of the Righteous's many, many puzzles. Now I kind of forget somewhat how the rules of this puzzle actually work. It doesn't. The game doesn't.
You are my favorite aide.
The game doesn't explicitly tell you how they work, and that's kind of frustrating, really. Who's the woozy boozy? You know what? Nobody else does this puzzle legitimately, and I will neither. I have the attention span of freaking. Huh? It was so easy, wasn't it? A simple puzzle, simple solution, but it was just the beginning. The purpose is to wake curiosity. A translucent figure appears out of thin air, clad in a loose-fitting robe. His face is hidden behind a simple, unadorned mask. And a solid wall. Ooh, puzzles! I love them! Ah, here he is. Mortals are not always meant to unveil the secrets of the universe and grasp at the meaning creation. But is this really so? Of course not! The secrets of the universe will only be revealed to those of the most worthy mortals. Prove yourself, and be the first for whom all the secrets of the world will be revealed. Yes, yes! What do we need to do? The heart of mystery is located west here. Solve the puzzles, and you will comprehend the forbidden knowledge. A map of an area looks very like the whirlwind appeared in the figure's hand. A single dot shines brightly on the map. You can count on me, translucent masked figure. I'll solve any puzzles you have, so you prepare some good ones. Who are you? The figure remains silent. Your map is obviously outdated. Simple puzzle, simple solution. The heart of mystery is located next there. Now, what's the heart of mystery? Comprehended the meaning of creation, for the most worthy mortals, the heart of mystery proofs all secret of the world. I think you broke it. The translucent figure vanishes in thin air. Oh, we got new horse armor. Can't wear it though. Gonna have to wait a few levels for that. I wanted a force. You look like a horse. Suppose we could take a look and see what this is. If I didn't all could immediately get exhausted.
Life can change in the blink of an eye. Yesterday, I was thinking I had it all figured out. No surprises for me. And now today, I'm dragging myself someplace with a gang of, strangers.
Yeah, I understand. This whole gang thing just kind of fell on top of me, and now I'm here.
We're gonna have to explore all the areas. Why? Because areas have loot.
Rely on
And
me.
loot means money. And money means whack. Get your hands off of that. It's mine. Oh, didn't read the whole dialogue, so now we'll fight.
You should have listened to reason. I'll remove this obstacle.
Yeah. Loot. Yoink. Yoink. Blood clarity. Or this cloak of resistance has a king bull that gain immunity to mind altering effects for 2 rounds. Heck yeah. Excuse me. Scared the kitty cats. Oop. You're sticky weak. Very convenient that all of these demonic armies have increasingly escalating power levels. Alright, let's go in here. Oh, come on! No interruptions! Why? Why? Commander, we caught a suspicious lad on the road. He says he's an ally, and he's desperate to talk to you. Who knows who he really is? A young man before you is trembling from his wounds and exhaustion. His boots are in tatters, and if he had any weapons or armor, he shed them along the way. His clothes are torn, his hair is wet, like he recently swam across a river. Blood oozes from the wounds at his chest and shoulders. His skin is cracked and inflamed from the acrid water of the war wound. Commander, my squad ambushed. My liver. Help. What is this? Report properly at once. Yes, Commander. Grinding his teeth in pain, the man snaps to attention, deliberately calms his breathing, and begins again. Yanker Ankle, Hell Knight of the Order of the God Claw, on the command of Paralector Reginald Derenge. Our squad is under attack by demons far surpassing our number. Without your assistance, we are lost. Hell Knights! They're supporting the crusade more than once in our battles against demons despite their questionable reputation. We cannot abandon our allies in trouble. If they really are our allies, then of course, it's just... I kind of think this isn't a knight at all. A real Hell Knight would be skinned alive for losing his infamous black armor. What you see here is a stranger without a rank or insignia who wants us to march to God know where. Kinda smells like a trap to me. Jaeger? Who is attacking you and why do you handle them on your own? Large creatures attack from the air. Some are fighters, others are not. I guess. Clerics with dangerous divine magic. They look like stone come to life. I'm almost certain they are gargoyles. They fell upon us from the sky while we were setting up camp on our most vulnerable. They then caught our forces at partial strength. The Paralector had dispatched some of our troops as a scouting team. The flying beasts didn't fight us. They just swooped in from the sky, grabbed our fighters, and either took them somewhere or threw them to the depths. We're unprepared for that. Where is our squad now? Not far from beyond the river. It's not far for a single fighter who has abandoned his arms weapons, but we can't get across the river so easily. We'll have to take a detour. Even if we can't save anyone, it will seriously delay our offenses on Jefferson, and will give our enemy a chance to prepare. Give me one reason why we should help you. The Hell Knights are former allies of the Crusaders. I cannot make promises on behalf of my command, but under the circumstances, you must be able to convince the Paralector to join your army. Hell Knights in our army? That's all we need. What does everyone else think? Your companion looked at the guest suspiciously. Hell Knights. With allies like them, we've no need for enemies. If it suits them, they'd abandon us to the demon without a second thought. But we're not like them, are we? We have to save them. Looks like a trap to me, but even if he isn't lying, Dresden is our goal. If our offense is delayed, we won't get another chance to retake the city. The Hell Knights are heartless executioners. Saving people from the claws of demons is a good cause in itself, but these people will do everything they can to just become like the devils. Shillen, forgive me, but I fear we should leave the Hell Knights to the fate and continue our offense to Dresden. Do you recall Prelate Haroun? Well, picture an entire army of soldiers just like him. Do we need allies like that? If they die, I shan't shed a tear. We should help them, but only if they join our forces in return. We could use some fresh blood. Hell Knights? No, not for all the gold in the world. Don't you know what kind of people they are? One minute you're going about your business, the next you're locked in the stocks and there's a butcher in black armor standing in front of you. I don't know who these knights are, but if they're people who suffer out there, then of course we have to help. It's what we came here to do, isn't it? What knights are these? I've never heard of them, but the name sounds nasty. They must be ghouls or wargs or something like that. I would stay away from them if I were you. Huh? What? The question has no scientific submissions. What interesting is how the water poisoned by the war wound will affect this boy. With your permission, I'd like to examine him, or his corpse, in a few days' time. Alright, we'll take the risk. If anything else, just more meat shields. Thank you, Commander. Our forces are here. The situation is critical. Please send your reinforcements as soon as possible. I will go ahead and meet you there. I knew I'd find you here. I'm trying to catch you alone recently. Everyone seems to want something from you. You being the commander of the crusade probably has something to do with it. That's what I want to talk about. I've seen you fight plenty of times now. The way you charge into battle like everything's depending on you. I don't know if you're trying to be a hero or it's just your own honor at work, but when I think about you getting hurt, it's like my insides just turn to ice. Because we're friends, and I'm worried about you. I know, you're the commander, and you're the lead in charge, but let me protect you. It's the least I can do. Because we're comrades, right? I just don't want comrades to be, fired by demons. Thanks, Lan. I also appreciate the help of my friend. Don't mention it. I'll try not to stick out like a sore thumb and stay out of your way. I'll watch over you, silently observing from the shadows. Wait, no, that sounded wrong. Forget what I said. What I want to say is, you can count on me. A wounded elf, huh? Well, there's a lot of wounded in Canapris. Who wounded him? In what way? How should I know? Must have been the demons. If the wound was serious, I doubt he has fully recovered it. Maybe you could point me towards a healer. I could. Damn it! What's the rush, sweetheart? Stay a while. Commander and me, we got a couple of questions too. Aniva, who is this with you? Looks like a spy to me. Not my first time seeing her in the camp. Just snooks around, asking soldiers this and that. If you try to tail her, she just darts behind a tent, and then nowhere to be seen. I've been hanging around here for hours, looking bored, waiting for her to bite, and she did. Started asking questions, and then you came by, right on cue. Alright, we're gonna make you talk now, darling. Who do you work for? What did she want from you? Look for some elf, tall, not from Mendev, got wounded in Cadavers. No idea who might be. Just don't have anyone looking like that in the ranks.
Alright, you won't escape this time. Why are you hiding your face?
Fine, you got me. We'll talk, but not here. Leave me somewhere away from prying eyes. She's all yours, Commander. I caught her. I handed it over to you. And now, as they say, I wash my hands of the whole affair. What do you want from me, soldier? An exasperated gesture, she rips her half-mask off face. You see a black skin and crimson eyes. It's Kylissa, the elf you met in Canapris.
Don't call me soldier. I'm the commander of the Crusades.
Everyone's a soldier in war, generals and privates alike. I like you. I see someone whose whole life is war and only war. That makes you a soldier.
What? How dare you? My life is money, and only money, not war. Although I guess I could be a war prophet here. Why did you follow me?
Fine. Ban the bots. To find someone. His master wants me dead, which means I will die sooner or later. But that doesn't mean I'll lie down and accept fate. I'm not lying to the slaughter. I won't be waiting for a kindly execution to come from me knife in hand. Never again.
Are you a spy?
I'm not going to hide it. I have come here to commit a violent and bloody act. But I do not serve the demons, and I won't do your forces any harm.
Come on, tell me more.
Why? And what will you do with my story? Take into account and pass your judgment? Kill me if you deem me a reprobate. Help the poor girl if you don't? Well, I haven't asked for help, and your authority to judge me seems rather dubious. She's clearly lying to, but doesn't feel like the gal of someone plotting a crime. There's a slight hound look in her eyes that make her seem more like prey than a hunter.
You know what? Just get out of here.
How nice of you, soldier.
Hang on, wait a minute. I met other elves who looked like you. They serve demons.
I'm Amora's minions. One of Descari's servants is a powerful elf by the name of Anamora. She's a corrupted... And those corrupted elves are her lackeys. Don't ask me how I know why my appearance is similar to theirs. I'm not your enemy, but if you see them, kill them without remorse.
Alright, what is with your appearance?
A demon's handiwork. Some shrieking spawn flew across the sky, raining corruption down upon us all. I was caught in the attack. It's fine. It'll go away.
Alright, get out of here.
My gut tells me it was time I was leaving too. It's dangerous to stay here. Farewell, soldier.
There. Alright. Time to go sell some junk.
There's Hocus Pocus. By the end of this, Squirm is by the end of this Walliser, sorry, is gonna have so much stuff that they won't know what to do with it. I guess we can just give Land the +2. Let's give Sela the +2. And then
Must rage them.
we have retrieved more armies from Hocus Bogus, and they suck. The shield bearers are the worst unit in the game. Well, not the worst. There's a lot of bad units. And I'm going to be curating them very carefully.
Skaboosh!
This just in. Local wizard kills 50 people with a single scorching ray. Why isn't this lady the commander? She is obviously far more powerful than any of us are. Sometimes you just gotta scorching ray 57 people to death at once. Sometimes you just gotta doodle them. Well, hello, free mace, and that's a lot of elementals. Let's not deal with that right now. Although I probably could deal with it. Although that fire elemental may prove to be a bit of a problem. Whoop, whoop. Let's deal with the air elementals because they're quick, so... Oh! Easy as nosh. Man, that wasn't difficult at all. And we found another heavy flail. Heavy flail can be wielded by non-good characters. Each time the will lands a hit with the enemy's pilot a will save, be effective at the equivalent of dominate person.
Alright, yes.
Alright, Master of Maneuvers. This will allow us to carry more units in the army. Alright, let's go over to the Dancing Moon Meadows and see what there is to see. Also, equip the new heavy flail.
Alright. That's the kind of stuff a guy like me really deserves.
Oh! Physics. Oh, fudge muffins.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Hang on.
Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
Man, we got a thing of cold iron.
Yoink.
I just noticed how many like heavy flails are in this game. Like there are so many. It's kind of ridiculous. Game really wants you to use heavy flails. And why not? Kind of underrated if you want my opinion. I mean, there's obviously better weapons in the game, but they're pretty alright. I like them. Alright. Elbrig, you help with the ritual. Alright. Now, we will take a quick break as I desperately need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. So, everyone, get water, get styling, and tell all your friends that Mana is doing something against Twitch TOS on stream. I'm not actually doing anything, it's just that I want to bait views. I'm back. I also got some orange juice. Delicious. Webbach, we've got some jobs for you.
And too busy. Give it to somebody else.
No time for debates.
Endure this!
Just making sure you actually have the claws out.
Already.
Not just punching people.
Fight.
Rules are made to be broken.
Into the cave.
Don't mind me.
Yonkiscus Blankus. One of these, this entire place just reeks of, hey, there's a trap somewhere for you and you're gonna step in it.
Hide this from my eyes.
What do you know? I was right about everything.
Something wrong?
Fortunately, now Woldriff has mage hands, so now they can disable traps from a distance. This is why Woldriff is awesome.
Stop running.
Cleansing. It flamethrowers against compulsion and disease. And new headband.
This is my kind of work.
Yoink.
Smile, the world's not ending just yet.
Gonna give this to. Gonna give the headband of the fair intellect to Nenio, obviously.
See? I'm indispensable.
Haha! 3 rings!
Did the world just forget me?
Oh, accidentally moved the window.
Missed me already.
I have a hunch.
Oh, hello, gargoyles.
Strike count.
Wampus.
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
Retreat! No?
I swear the jiggle physics on these heavy flails gets sillier by the second.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Can't hide this from my eyes.
This is my kind of work.
Let's see if I remember how the puzzle works. I think it's that one, that one, that one? It is! My memory isn't a total waste. And now, we have a phylactery! No, this doesn't mean you get turned into a lich. What this does is it allows you to heal more damage from channeling. Which is a very, very useful thing. Because I like spamming the channel healing button a lot, so. But until we get like a, headband of alluring charisma for Darren, he's gonna be wearing that. I am the answer, but what is the question? The absence of the answer is an answer too. Hey, wait! Where are you going? Spontaneous dematerialization is unscientific. Following your example, you put your hand on this statue, and the world around you ceases to exist. You are a lone grain of sand floating in an emptiness of unknown. Your path no longer has no beginning. Your path has no beginning and no end. You are tiny and insignificant in comparison to the cosmos around you. But then, something changes. The emptiness takes notice of you. It stares at you, measures and assesses you. Then the question comes, as simple as deep as the emptiness itself. Who are you?
Hey! Let me out of here!
A foolish demand from a grain of sand throwing through eternity. How does one get out of eternity?
What about you? Who the heck are you?
The emptiness does not engage. The question was asked, and it will be answered.
No, it won't. I'm not going to answer your stupid questions. Let me out of here.
You'll answer, one way or the other. Today, or in a billion years, the emptiness is patient. It can wait.
I am... Okay, fine. I'm Queen Galfrey.
The name you uttered, the false name, rings through the emptiness. Then the silence comes, bleak and oppressive. The emptiness knows the truth, but it wants to hear from them. Do you want to say your name? But what is it? Just a set of sounds you use to associate with yourself. You are... Warrigal? Who's decided this is who you are? Your parents? Yourself? Someone else? A name is just a label you take voluntarily. What happens when you tear the label off? What hide behind the name Wario? Sorry, Warrigold. Behold the truth. Open yourself to knowledge. Reveal yourself.
Wow.
I am Nenio. Nenio. You hear me? You voice from nowhere or whatever you are?
Where Nenio used to be, you see an unfamiliar kitsune curled up tight on the ground.
Well, I'll be a fox.
Nenio? Is that you?
I am Nenio, the greatest scientist of the modern age, and you are my loyal follower. Why are you asking me such a pointless question?
You're a kitsune.
It appears your observation is correct. I am a kitsune. If my hypothesis is correct, and the probability of that is close to 100%, I have always been a kitsune, but at some point I decided to forget that piece of knowledge. Following this line of reasoning, it would seem the fact of my membership of a certain race just doesn't seem relevant to me. Also, there is a more important question. Why did my true identity reveal itself in this precise moment?
How could you forget that you are a kitsune?
This question is irrelevant in the current situation. If you wish, you can ask me about it later. If you believe that I've been keeping my true identity a secret on purpose, you are mistaken. I have no interest in your causes, your battles, or your secrets, if you have any. All I need from you is your assistance with my experiments. And with this.
I have no words. Can I just stand here silently and look like I'm thinking something smart?
I had a feeling Lyra would be excited about this.
What was that? I found myself in an emptiness. A voice started asking me questions. It was so annoying.
I suppose it was a trap that yanked our minds out of our plane and temporarily transferred us to another one. I wish I knew which plane. By the way, did you know that the most efficient way to disarm a corridor's worth of magical traps is with the help of a scientist who has been told that the formula for an elixir of the ancient races lies hidden at the end of said booby-trapped corridor?
Poor Nanio.
And my last doubt is dispelled. It truly is her.
Whose voices do you think that was?
I haven't the slightest idea. But it is most definitely an extremely wise entity. Besides, the entity displayed no aggressive tendencies, which gives us hope that it can be reasoned with.
So, what do you think about all that?
The voice in the emptiness asked me, and judging by your reaction, you too, who I am. And merely stating my name failed to satisfy it. The trap then forced me to assume my true form, which I had completely forgotten about. I suppose this trap wasn't a trap per se. It rather was a closed portal leading to some hidden place that can easily unveil secrets and reveal the truth. The one who spoke to us seemed to solve me like a riddle, in an instant just by looking at me. I would like to meet this entity. Can you imagine which secrets it can unravel? I want to speak to it, and you, my follower, must help me. But how can you get there? If there is a door, there must be a way to open it. If there's a lock, there must be a key to it. There is an inscription here, right on the statue. I am the void and the emptiness. I am the starting point. I am infinite. Tear my mask off and let it fall at my feet. I don't understand this at all. How thrilling!
Sounds like a riddle.
It does. It really does. I love riddles and puzzles.
How do we solve it?
Each of them is inscribed with a riddle, and each demands that something be placed at its feet. I guess we need some items that represent the answers to these riddles, but don't ask me where we should look for them.
Maybe we should ask one of these bozos?
I don't think they can help us. Looks like all they can do is mumble their mantra about questions and answers.
Why are you so certain that the unknown entity behind the portal would even want to talk to us? I mean, should we even talk to it? Maybe it has loot or something.
I'm not sure at all, but we must try. We simply must. Getting there and talking with this entity will be the greatest of my experiments. No exaggeration.
Well, looks like there's nothing we can do now.
With deepest regret, I have to admit that you are right. It's highly unlikely that we'll be able to solve this riddle right here and now. We'll have to temporarily withdraw so we can return when we're armed and ready.
Oh. Box acquired. Con Gabon. Oh boy, we're actually able to recruit new people now.
Thank God!
thank. Yay. Okay, let's go in here. Take a nap. And then, after we take a nap, we'll go deal with those Hell Knights, I suppose.
Darren, Your Excellency, sir, is it true what they say? That you're next in line for the throne? What'll be the first thing you do if you're crowned king?
I'd issue a law protecting tieflings from persecution, of course. I jest. I would have all the fountains in the land filled with wine instead of water. Don't make that face at me. I know you tieflings will enjoy that little edict, too.
It is time to leave. Of course.
And it is time to get into a fight. Again. And oh god, that gargoyle is very fast. Die! Ah, he shot me!
Stop that.
And we solve all of our problems the same way we solve them. Let's rewind. Let's rewind and ignore my horrible speech impediment for a second. And we solved all of our problems the same way we solved them.
You know what? We shot him. We shot him with bows. We shot him with bows. Okay?
Okay.
We will win this war.
Hello, I just arrived time to hear all that.
Let's have some fun.
First time chatter, the first thing they hear is me screwing up talking. Isn't basic human speech so easy and only a complete buffoon would screw it up? Especially a streamer. Especially a streamer who's broadcasting himself onto the worldwide internets. English was a mistake. Let's not get ahead of yourselves. I mean, you're right, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Alright, time to hell snads. Oops. Commander, come here, quickly. From the mountains, you see a raided camp with two groups of warriors, one wearing white and yellow armor, and the other in black. They are led by a tall man in white priest robes. Some of the warriors glance around fretfully, their weapons shaking in their hands. You hear the screams of gargoyles from above. The beasts are approaching the camp.
Quickly, evacuate the wounded. The beasts are about to strike again. Use cloaks as stretchers. We've got to make it through. Paralictor, your people will have to cover us while...
2 more minutes left out in the open, and neither you nor I will have any troops left to order about, Crusader.
But the wounded...
Problem solved. Retreat to shelter.
If the man in white has anything further to add, his words are drowned out by the shriek of gargoyles as they fall from the sky. So yeah, I love the funny gnome man. I also desire to love the funny gnome man. And that desire has been fulfilled. I blame society for the fact that I've been speech impedimenting so much this stream. See, not even that's a proper sentence. This is malarkey. Why is that all the things I remember from Jack's playthrough? I don't know. Anyway, I also like the funny gnome man, even though he is very unfunny. He is a very serious man.
Let the duel commence.
Despite all appearances to the contrary. He's a very serious man and he demands that you take him seriously.
I can't die now. I'm not nearly rich enough. Who, me?
Voljeff, if you're being beaten up so much, you might as well pull on some buffs. Give me a buff too while you're at it.
I am huge.
The sight before you is one of macabre and picturesque. A lifeless corpse of a man and a woman dressed in white and yellow robes lies on the ground surrounded by bodies of dead gargoyles. They are tangled in death. The claws of the monsters are tearing at the human's clothes. The largest gargoyle's talons has pierced the man's chest and punctured his heart. But before they died, he or his companions defeated the enemy. Suddenly, the woman opens her eyes. She doesn't look at you, but stares up at the war-wound's horrific sky. Her pale lips open as she exhales abruptly. The sun will never rise again. There is only darkness above me. Even the sky here is cursed, and we along with it. The main Devian faithful break too easily. Oh, if all of Mendevian devotees broke so easily, I would be much happier. Unfortunately, most of them have good health, unconquerable will, and never entered any desire to moralize. She is not just wounded. I can see the signs of severe exhaustion. I wonder what happened here.
Who are you? What happened?
I'm a priestess and ardent of Sarenrae, in the Order of the Sunrise Sword. Next to me is Asha Strater, head of the Order. He has led our forces to raid the Whirlwind many times, but this campaign, the gargoyle attacked a few nights ago. A vast number. We've never seen anything like it. Ashes organized our resistance with great skill, but while the monsters were distracting our fighters, a small group of them raided our camp and took our supplies. We were left without food and water in the middle of the rural wound where it was nearly impossible to find provisions. We shared the last crumbs of our supplies and set back the way we came. Everyone was suffering from hunger and thirst. We grew weak, I could barely fight back when the gargoyles struck a second time. They snatched many of us away. I saw the pain on Asher's face as he counted the losses, but he managed to rally us. We continued our trek and soon came across the traces of a recent battle. Someone had destroyed a troop of demon worshippers. In our desperation, we decided to follow the strangers to warn them of the gargoyles and seek their help. Having no idea they were Hell Knights, we received only scorn. Every gulp of water in my unit was accounted for, they said. They spared us 2 flasks and a sack of dried bread. They said we were allowed to keep the sack to use as bandages. 2 flasks between all of us. A sack for bandages.
Hell Knights! I'm rather allied with a flesh-eating poisonous wyvern.
Don't expect any guildness from the black tin cans. If you meet them, count yourself lucky if you don't end up nailed to the nearest fence post. A leader has to take care of their own tribe. All the scandalized gaffes. How could he do such a thing? Suddenly fall away when you're first faced with a hard choice. Are you going to take food out of your own child's mouth to feed a starving stranger?
What happened after that?
Gargoyles attacked. Despite how Hell Knight's Paralictor had treated us, Ashrus had ever endeavored to help them, and had us carry the wounded, but that monster had them slaughtered. Ashrus was beside himself. It is difficult to conceive of such evil. He told our people to go with the Hell Knights to find shelter, while he stayed to cover our retreat. He was a strong cleric, but as he treated our wounded, he neglected himself, and he paid for us.
Alright.
Let's hurry. The gargoyles can return at any moment.
Hang on.
No stepping over you so quick. I need to steal your stuff. Oh, speaking of...
You've crossed the wrong line.
Do not waver.
Speaking of gargoyles returning at any moment. Hello. Yoink. 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 Yoink.
This experiment has gone awry.
Whatever this thing is disgusting and smells even worse. Looks like water gold.
Eh? Why are you looking at me like that?
Alright, time for the funny gnome man.
Knight Commander, I presume. Your glory precedes you. I am Reginald de Renge, Paralictor of the Order of the God Claw, and temporary officer of the joint unit of Hell Knights and the Order of the Sunrise Sword. You and your people should take positions. The gargoyles are regrouping. We expect they will attempt to break through in 5 to 6 minutes.
A Paralictor indeed. Impressive.
Are you in command of this unit? Oh, no? Then step aside and let me discuss the matter with the commander.
Joint unit?
Forcibly joined. The leader of the Order of the Sunrise Sword was unable to get to safety, which is not surprising, considering his, shall we say, excessive scrupulousness and sluggishness. Given the extreme situation, I took command of his people.
Just great. Paladins and Hell Knights all in the one troop. It's like catching the plague and the pox at the same time.
Technically speaking, there isn't much in common between these events. While paladins may truly not be frequent members of Hell Knight orders, except for the Order of the God Claw, of course, the probability of contracting both plague and the pox is not all that low. One would simply have to engage in debauchery during an epidemic.
My favorite pastime.
Aw, Nenio, you're no fun.
It's supposed to be good when different people unite. We're here for a common cause. But it still gives me the creeps for some reason. Hell Knights shouldn't be allowed to get their claws into our paladins. It's wrong.
I saw you ordered your own wounded to be finished off.
Indeed. The gargoyles were clearly trying to capture as many prisoners as they could. I don't know the reason behind these abductions, but I'm not about to give the enemy what they want. That is why all my people were ordered not to be taken alive. And as for the wounded, we didn't have time to get them to safety anyway.
Can you hear yourself? For the sake of principle, in order not to give the enemy what they want, you killed your own wounded. Helpless subordinates. Why does anyone still follow you?
Because we are Hell Knights. We know our duty.
Only someone who's never been responsible for the lives of others could feel any outrage at this decision. The wounded couldn't be saved. What good would it do to anyone if the rest perished along with them?
What charming people. Those fellows in black make Holrun look like a sweet old soul by comparison.
You really just give 2 flasks of water to the Knights of the Sunrise Sword suffering from first, and a sack to use as bandages?
Standing behind his commander, Jaeger rolls his eyes.
I spared them the exact volume of resources I could sacrifice without risking my own people. However, the situation has developed, and I've already ordered they be given additional supplies. They are temporarily under my charge, and I can use their forces to rebuff the attack. They'll work for their water.
Yeah, sometimes you must ask first and deal with the consequences later. Sacrificing nothing and you'll gain nothing.
Noble Ashes and his Sunrise Swords have already done so. And this is what it led to.
That's right. The chief is responsible for his own tribe. If he decides that he's responsible for the whole world, his own people will come to ruin. And if he wishes that someone else was responsible for his people, that means he's not fit to be chief.
Yeah, we need to get rid of the gargoyles. We'll talk.
Agreed. Be ready, Commander. This attack may be worse than the last one.
Heck, they came in from behind.
Over there.
Hey, luck we'll have... No luck on the good initiative part. But they decided to walk right past all of our squishy spellcasters, so... Heck, I'm not gonna complain. Wumpus.
You won't survive me.
Cast smite on one guy. Proceeds not to do anything. Is Lan going again twice?
I mean, I won't complain.
Lan is a cheater person who gets to go twice in a round, it seems. Good for him.
Time to
Proud
show
of
your
him.
treasures.
Yeeted over the chasm. Just like, yeah! Regil? Not Regil. Darren, find out if these guys have bones. They do!
Into the fray!
Oh, they're dead. Oh, they're dead.
Make every strike count.
Cover me, all right?
Oh, heck, there's more. What to do? And how to do it? Let's see here. Well, McHeck. McHeck! What is the spell with attrition? Oh, good. More resistant to spells than other stuff. Good to know. Time to just wump it then, I guess. Let me out of the prison jail! Ow! Stop rattling me bones!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Miss! How did you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you! Oh, he's dead. I'm also dead. Almost. Give me a moment. Sure enough, they have less spell resistance. Okay, let's focus on these guys then. Get your bones, Satan Royal!
The inheritor, guide my blade
Wumpus.
into the fray.
Alright, finally, I'm out of the prison. And there's more!
Distract them from me.
Oh, that was easy. Wait, did I just... I skipped over Lane's turn, but that's okay, because he got 2 rounds of... 2 turns in a single round of combat anyway, so this is just balancing it out. Yoink. Yoink. Alright, Vigil. You two, check the area. Mark any potential shelters that offer protection against area attacks. Quartermaster, inventory remains of my camp. I want to make sure that the gargoyles only abducted people who weren't interested in anything else. Send messages immediately to our scout squads and order them to return to camp. And I need a full list of casualties. The sooner the better. Commander, your arrival was well timed. Now we can finally talk. I am quite interested in the events that occurred in the Grey Garrison. And I suppose you have questions for me as well. Wait, how do you know what happened to the Grey Garrison? Any shift in the balance of power during this war has a direct impact on my mission. If a new player appears who is capable of fighting demons effectively, then I am ready to support that person with all the resources I have at my disposal. But naturally, I cannot blindly trust a stranger, even one marked by a god.
The gods blessed me with an incredible gift, and Queen Galfrey put me at the helm of the crusade, but that's still not enough for you, eh?
The will of the gods cannot and should not replace our sound judgment, and the whims of the Queen of Mendev are of no consequence at all. Is there anything you'd like to know before we move on to more serious issues?
What the Hell Knight's doing here at the border of the World Wound?
The same as you with your army, fighting a war against the demons. The Hell Knights have always been a part of the Crusades from the very beginning. We don't answer to Queen Galfrey, and we act on our own authority, but we serve a common cause. The Scari's spawn have no place in the world we want to build. Funny, isn't it? Knights clad in black armor have been fighting the war from the off, but most people don't even know it. The faces of the Crusades in Mendev paladins with the sword of Iomedae gleaming on their gilded armor. In that respect, my cousin Galfrey has a real flair for propaganda, I must say. For the Hell Knights, the War Wound is just one of several targets. They expend much greater efforts on book burning and suppressing slave uprisings. Yes, their order sent reinforcements here, but Mendev has always borne the brunt of this war.
What the heck is a Paralector?
I am the commander of this unit, and in the Order's hierarchy, I am 2 steps lower than its leader. And the territories are bent over the road. There are few who equal my rank. But I am the most senior Hell Knight officer for many leagues around.
We're not done talking about what you did.
Of course. If you wish, I will explain my position in detail. All the soldiers killed at my order belong to my unit. Therefore, the case is an internal matter of the Order of the God Claw. You could have sent an appeal to the Order's commanders, but the result is inevitable. Not only do the Order's rule and field operation guidelines not prohibit it, they even recommend the policy of death is preferred to capture. So everything that has happened, though surely lamentable and has deprived me of a few good fighters, is also a prime example of military necessity.
Listen, I can't influence your rules, but you have to understand, this is my crusade, and that means I'm the boss, got it?
I am not trying to force our rules on you, Commander. I hope you won't try to make us disregard ours. If the incident is settled, I suppose we can return to relevant matters.
What are you going to do now?
I will wait for my remaining fighters to return. What you see here is only a small part of my forces. As for my long-term plans, it depends on the result of our conversation, Commander. Before we move on to more serious subjects, I'd like to address an organized issue regarding my unit. You may wish to be present. Paralector, permission to report. During the first gargoyle attack, I determined it was necessary to leave my post. Swam over the river, found the commander's army, and asked them to provide assistance. The reinforcements were much needed. You will earn a double salary for your resourcefulness, Riseka, and 100 lashes for abandoning your post.
Yes, Paralector. I wonder if it's foolish to overly punish Jaeger for leaving his post when he did bring the help. Actually, wait. Don't forget the fact that he abandoned his armor.
You might be right. Another 10 lashes for the improper treatment of Order property.
Yes, Paralector.
The Paralector, the epitome of ruthlessness, the young knight singly devoted to his ideals. So far, so dull. Or is it? Could it be that our young Jaeger holds a tender for his commander? I heard that sort of thing is rampant in the military. What a relief it is to know that such tawdiness could never affect our valiant crusaders. Isn't that right, Wargold? You're not about to foist yourself on some poor lovesick fool who is unlucky enough to be under your command while knowing his love is doomed to be unquieted?
A fool whose love is doomed to be unrequited. You can't be referring to yourself, could you?
Of course not. You may have doomed me into languishing in the army, but fortunately I'm not in love with you. Although... Nope, still nothing. I'm not in love with you. Are you guys made of stone or what? They seem creepy. I kinda like them. Now for a more delicate issue. You, Commander, were interested in a dispute with the Knights of the Order of the Sunrise Sword, correct? Your forces in Canabras have suffered great losses in the demon attack, and now their leader has perished with the troops when they're in trouble. They are reeling with no command structure. The Order will hardly be able to recover from the losses they suffered.
Well, I don't really care much about their fate, but what are you getting at?
These fighters aren't the finest material I work with, but I assume formal command over them. I'll be able to reforge them into weapons of reasonable quality. One or two might even become a true Hell Knight. The rest will be put to good use.
Just talk to them and ask them. I don't really care.
Initiates of the Sunrise Sword, your leader is dead. The Order has suffered serious losses and will not be able to recover. You may return to Mendev to join another Crusade order, and hope that they do not mean the same fate as the Sunrise Sword. Or you may remain under my command. I will not promise you that it will be easy, or that our war-making will be constricted by your principles. But what I can promise is this. Under my command, you will never feel like helpless mice in the talons of a ravenous predator. Does that mean we've worked off the precious resources you select on this? The water, the medicine, the bandages? I wouldn't make such an offer if I thought you were useless garbage. Thank you for your trust, Pathfinder. We will stay, and are ready to obey your orders. Fine. In due course, I will review your troops and make necessary decisions regarding your role in my unit. Now, Commander, for the most important issue, the cooperation between our forces. We do have a common enemy, and a common battlefield.
You're looking at me funny, Paralector. When you were discussing Leikir's punishment, and when you were deciding the fate of the Sunrise Sword, it was like you were testing me.
I do not believe I have made any attempt to conceal my interest in you, both as a new, strong leader in the region, and as the bearer of a highly unusual power. Of course, I'd like to know what's inside your head. One would say it's my duty.
Listen. I'm just going to Dresden to go fight the demons. If you want to pitch in, be my guest.
Dresden. Ambitious goal, but most reasonable. Imagine how much a victory would rally the separate bands of today's Crusaders under one banner. And we certainly need a new base of operation inside the World Wound. I stand as ready to support you. Moreover, I can accompany you in your campaign. However, I would remind you that Hell Knights are outside of Mendev's jurisdiction. My unit and I will join forces and obey your orders, but only for as long as I deem our goals coincide.
Hell no! We don't need the likes of black armored statues. I don't want to fight side by side with someone who will slit my throat if I'm weak and wounded. You can't defeat one evil by inviting an equal but slightly more organized evil into your ranks.
Slightly more organized than demons? I could consider that an insult. I've never dealt with Hell Knights before, but from what I've seen, they're serious fighters. That's just what we need. And just think about how that armor will look in the paintings when they make about us in our battles.
Alright, it's a deal.
Yes, Commander. My forces and Reginald Renge are at your disposal.
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
Hey, Twink, heal me. Thank you.
Just don't blame me.
Ow.
Sunrise Source Crusader. We're still alive! Praise Sarah and Ray. Reference, look, everyone, the reference, don't you get it? Reference, look at the reference.
Anyway.
Alright, let's get out of here. Let's loot all the stuff and then get out of here. Alright, beans acquired. Funny no man acquired. Which is to say, very serious, very formal and organized no man acquired. And I shrunk. Terrible. Knight Commander, it is good that you found time to meet me. There's a matter of some urgency I wish to discuss with you. It was incredibly interesting, the power of you and your companions received during the fight of the Greek heroes. And now my interest has been gratified.
The power your companions received has passed on to me as well. It manifested after my usual evening reckoning. I believe that I now present a true threat to the creatures and initiates of chaos. The imprisoned cultists we kept for a certain observation experienced this firsthand. Striking, isn't it? Divine intervention at critical moments is rare, but not beyond imagining. But in this case, the powers that you have received through this intervention have passed to someone who joined them well after the fateful moment has passed.
I hope you remember who the source of this power is, and you serve them very loyally.
By the same token, I hope you remember that Hell Knights are not your toy soldiers. In any case, this is philosophizing. You have questions for me?
I'd like to ask a few questions about you, actually, yes.
Of course.
What do the men of?
Demonic threat, of course. The glaring inefficiency of the local command. I do not know if you are aware of this, but the Hell Knight owes existence to the Demon Lords to a certain extent. Our First Order appeared as a response to Skenephis, cultists, and Chelinax. The chaos they wreaked could not fail to breed strict opposition. Those first knights were able to burn out the pestilence and crush the cult once and for all. I see no reason for Hell Knights of today not to do the same tendencies with the whirlwind is spreading. Without question, the task is far more difficult than anything we've encountered before, but it must be done to preserve the world order. All the more given that Queen Galfrey and her commanders apparently not up to the task.
The motives you list sound rather impersonal.
Do you have any other reason for joining the Crusade? Impersonality is a fine quality for a Hell Knight, as the rest of the world as well. Personal motives, strong emotions, they are weaknesses that your enemies will use against you. I am an effective officer with years of service. The demonic invasion of Galarian obviously demanded the most qualified response. That is why I'm here. It's simple.
You seem very skeptical about the Queen.
If my memory doesn't fail me, the current crusade is called the Fifth. The Fifth Crusade. And with all the support of the Church of Iomade and multiple allies provided to Galfrey, no progress has been made in resolving the crisis at the World Wound. The best they could do was manage to create a chain of wardstones. And even they turned out to be inadequate. I suppose that's a reason enough for my skepticism.
Hey, this might be a personal question, but forgive me for asking, but your hair is going gray and your skin's rather pale. You're bleaching, right?
Of course it's the bleaching.
You're not doing anything to fight the bleaching?
What do other races do to fight old age? I know what made you ask this question. My kin have earned a certain reputation for their vain attempts to stave off the inevitable. Luckily for the rest of the world, not all gnomes are prepared to spread chaos with their reckless escapades. There are some among us who accept the natural order of things. The bleaching has no effect on my ability to carry out my duties, and therefore it has no, how shall I put it, personal meaning for me.
Do you have any family or friends?
I've never wondered at the fate of the former, and never had any interest in the latter. If you allow me a piece of advice, Commander, never to put too much stock in so-called friendship or camaraderie. Any bond based off a simple affection are temporary and unreliable. Half of your smiling companions certainly consider you a friend at present, but they will break and betray you the moment you do anything that troubles their happy expectations. Place greater value on respect based on rational evaluations of your companion's merits. I deeply respected my mentor, who trained me to join the ranks of the Hell Knights. I respected her so much that I killed her with my own hands when I discovered that she betrayed the Order's ideals and intended to leave our ranks. It would have been more proper to inform the command and await a formal trial. But on the other hand, that would have injured the morale of our young recruits. They should not see manifestation and weakness in our seasoned knights. You've openly shown distrust for the Crusaders. But my question is, why join me then? Is it because I am so great, handsome, beautiful, and well-cultured, and very aromatic? Do not misread my behavior as distrust for you personally. Like every Hell Knight, I watch everyone closely, searching for signs of weakness and sin. Everyone, including myself. Indeed, Reginald Renge is on the first of my list of suspects. I observe him daily, marking every fault and every hesitation, every weakness, and I prepare the proper punishment. So it has been, and will be. As for your second question, I suppose we might be useful to each other. You and your army are new powers in the Crusade. I rate the old powers as quite ineffective. I reiterate your own efforts. But early indications are positive. That means you may count on our help. For now. And what happens if your assessment changes? I will inform you of this, as well as any measure I intend to take. Be aware that I treat my allies more strictly than my enemies. This is a sign of respect. Fun guy. Very scary. Fun guy, very scary. Wah. Ooh, inspired wisdom. Let's give that to Soseo, because he needs more wisdom. Give the boss wisdom. Alright. Let's give Regil his first mythic ability. Let's give him Ever Ready. Woo, we're almost close to leveling up, but must rage snap first. Still just can't fucking get over the just the weird jiggle physics of the freaking flails. Waragold, put the flails down. All right, Mech, ease upon them hammers. Jesus Christ. The train was loud as hell. So yeah, this is Regil. He's pretty alright. Could be worse. Give the judgmental crossbow to Baron. Let's give the keen longbow to Lance, so that way he crits more often, which everyone loves. We all love for crits. Underground hideout. Can't really do much in terms of fire damage because the Burmaraks are all immune to fire. Very obviously, the fire demons being immune to fire. Who would have thunk it? Fortunately enough, they're not especially tanky, so you can get them down in a few hits.
Now, if I was a smart person, I would have started scorching ray these other guys over here, but I'm not. So, fortunately enough, easy mistake to rectify, it seems. Kaboom! Alright, level up time. Cure wounds, very useful. Oh yeah, and we also have a unit of Hell Knights that can join us. These Hell Knights are actually really good. They're, as much as I'm certain all, my Chaos people are very upset about the fact that these things are actually useful. I'm actually going to hold off going to the Leopard's Smile because the Leopard's Smile is how do I say this? It's a very dubious level. Filled with lots of bad things. Give me the knife! Give me the other knife! Give him the, Alright. No sense putting it off anymore. We gotta actually go into Leper's Smile. AKA hell. Actual hell! Anna comes a host to an anomalous force, and her dreams are filled with strange visions. She feels the space around her distort. Her sensory organs flooded with false images, read by distortions of light and air. Reality itself tries to expel the commander into some dark tunnel. At the end, a grim figure awaits. Her body resists this crude attempt to wrench her from reality, but the unknown force finds a tangle in Commander's soul, one made of demonic rage and destructive desire. The stranger grabs at and pulls like a hunter reeling a harpoon. Troubled about the sudden intrusion, the dark, anonymous force deep within the commander's soul answers with a menacing growl. The commander stares intensely at the ghostly figure. Tries to understand what's going on. No? Uses every effort to split the tangle of rage in her soul, which mysterious power is lashed onto. By force of will, the commander pushes her anger down, as deep into her soul as she can. Traction rapidly weakens in response, as the mysterious enemy can no longer sense the commander and concentrate their efforts on her. The apparition recedes, and the commander wondering whether it was reality or a nightmare.
Ah, so, that just happened.
Danger and distress rest heavily on the scales, the measure soaring as perilous march to Dresden. The army has moved steadily along the flank of the West Sullen, scarred with canyons and ravines. Suddenly, a group of scouts returns, and Eva, the leader of the group, makes 2 urgent signs to the soldiers: wait and quiet. She dashes through the ranks to the commander, wait for a report. We're in trouble, she whispers. The road ahead is split by a canyon. To get to Dresden, we'll have to go down there and up the other side. The canyon is swarming with foul creatures, vescivores. A real pain in the neck. They won't shy away from our soldiers' weapons, and they've already managed to gobble someone up. Look like a caravan of refugees from Canabras lost its way. No one has ever reported vescivores so far from the center of the war wound. Where do they come from? Nenevia bites her lips. They still haven't noticed us, but that won't hold true for long. Maybe if we retreat quietly.
What else do we know about these vescivores?
Nasty little critters. They can ruin your gear, drive you nuts with their buzzing. They got a queen, the mother of the whole swarm. She's a right horror, but if we can kill her, the bulk of the swarm somehow will scatter, and we'll take care of the rest of them somehow.
Okay. Let's see what we need.
The commander and her companions convene a field council. The army cannot march around the obstacle, for there's no other roads. Retreat is far too risky should the swarm notice the army and catch it out in the open. No one will survive. None utters the word trap, but fear hangs in the air. The swarm of omnivorous beasts just happens in the army's path. Someone has arranged for their own nefarious ends. Rustling, grating, squeaking, humming. Everyone hears the voice of the swarm. Through the sky, the army remains clear for now. How long until it is darkened by the flying spawn of the abyss? An idea, a decision, straight like sharp like an armed soldier's sword, appears in the minds. The Crusader Council grows grim. One unit must act as live bait to lure the swarm out of the canyon and clear the path to the Vescivore Queen. The commander will rush the monster, killing her quickly before the swarm can decimate the army. They will have but one chance. A dark question looms. Who will lead the faithful squad and be assumed as bait? In moments of extreme stress, one often says things while meaning quite another. These hidden words reveal often many curious things. What do we see here? Aerith nobly states, I am an officer suited for this mission. But in truth she means, I cannot burden another with my responsibility. Rarigold, send me! Nura, the historian, emerges from an unexpected suggestion from behind the commander's back. This is just the sort of situation where ingenuity and knowledge of the enemy will be more useful than swords of honor. While she speaks, she thinks, I need to prove myself. The queen is yet to expose presence, watch quietly from a distance. The commander looks at the faces of her companions. The Hell Knight Rachel steps forward. My people will fight to the last, even as the swarm tears through the armor and strips the flesh from our bones. But his motives are plain. My superiority over the Crusaders will not permit me to cower behind them. I've eaten so many bugs in my life, it's only fair to give them a chance for revenge. The mongrel lion hides his fear in plain sight. I'm a dead man walking already. A life such as mine worthless. And silently begs for more. Sacrifice me, or give me a chance to prove myself. One who will distract the swarm needs a healer. So Seo's the only one who speaks plainly. A healer might bring a few through the vivisectors alive. The rest of the council remains silent. The silence is filled with chorus. There's others better suited, and the commander needs me alive. Does the commander hear these unspoken words? What will they lead to decide? The faithful truth will be led by Seo. The commander and her party disappear among the rocks, preparing to slip down the canyon, while the swarm is distracted by their bait. Tight-lipped Anivia shows the way. Behind them, final preparations are being made. Sosea's eyes glow clouded for a moment. There are a few creatures as abominable to the followers of Shellan as Vescivores, devourers of flesh, destroyers of matter. This trial will not be easy. The soldiers tread fearfully down the road towards the dark edge of the canyon ahead. The rift that yawns before them whispers, rattles of thousands upon thousands of voices. Vescivores gather below, but the sky is open above them. The flying creatures might rise up and attack at any moment. The soldiers find the first body. That mangled corpse of a refugee from Canabras. A few straggling Vescivores wriggle inside the dead man's gaping chest. Tiny larvae in greenish shells, all shuffling their legs and hinging jaws. They don't seem menacing at all. But then, the rafting noise stops for a moment, and a high vibrating noise pierces through the air anew for us. A blur of black scream cloud rise above the canyon. The swarm has taken the bait. The time to act has come. The leader of the faithful squad that they shall hold position and fight for the soldiers' lives. Standing in the middle of the formation of soldiers, Sosea offers a prayer to Shellen. From the outside, it would appear that the cloud of Escavors will in a moment fall from above and destroy the forces utterly. Hundreds of spawns of the abyss gnawing on the bodies and armor, destroying as they consume. But the cleric's power flows forth in waves, healing the wounded and his comrade. As if understanding who is to blame for the unexpected resistance, the spawn covers Sosea like a living carpet. The servant of Shellen trembles, but does not move or halt his prayers. The soldiers look on in awe as if they're witnessing a holy miracle. The temporary success holds no hope for the faithful troops. Their foes are no great beast, but a million ravenous creatures, waking up to the eternal hunger of the abyss. The fight for them was cry upon the winds. Their only hope was to rely on the commander, and the hope that she was prepared to slay the swarm queen, while it was happening down the canyon at this very moment.
Okay, Vescivores! Swarms in Pathfinder are not fun. They're even less fun when you're playing on core rules and above. Okay. We don't really need, whatchamacallit, I'm blanking on the name. There's so many Vescivores, I can't think. We don't really need any trap disarming right now, so we're gonna leave our rogue and chief behind, and we're gonna take Ulbrich because Ulbrich can deal with swarms pretty easily.
Whatever comes next, you'll be ready.
Swallow light and shadow dance amongst the wall of the canyons. High above your head, a swarm gathers, dark as a rain cloud. There's so many Vescivores that they block out the sun. Look, you escape the attention of the swarm, which is focused upon the troops that rise above that they're using as bait. For now, at least. With a tired gesture, Neva wipes sweat and dust from her forehead. There's anxiety in her eyes. Commander, the beasts we come for are at the other end of the main corridor. There's lots of burrows, and plenty of beasts in them. We better not delve too deep. Our people won't hold out long enough for us to clear the whole area. On the other hand, I saw the bodies of some poor caravanners down one of the side holes. There's some valuable stuff on them. The bugs will eat anything we don't grab, and they can't tell the difference between flesh and steel.
Alright, let's move.
Good luck. I'm right behind you, covering your backs. I'll catch up when it's time to deal with the queen. Okay, so if you speed run this entire thing and go kill the queen immediately, all the loot in this place will be destroyed. Fortunately enough, there's only one item here that's really worth grabbing. But it is very, very much worth grabbing, so we're going to save Scum to try and grab it. Anyway, swarms suck. Gonna have to try and remember which item it is because I only want to grab that and make that.
We'll see to your demise. They did.
Okay, is that it? Prepare to save Scum a lot. It's not. It's not it either. That's it. Okay. Alright. I know it's very out of character for Warrigold to not to abandon loot, but she bought those Crusaders with her own money. Great Galfrey is being stingy and making her pay for everything. So, oh, there goes a guy. He clipped into the floor and will never be seen again.
Yet another
Out
obstacle.
of my sight!
A lot of canyons built in their crates. It's easy enough to jump over. Just go to see if even go closer. You hear terrible droning coming from these crates. It seems to be howling as if alive. You stare into the darkness forward, trying to make out the strange sounds coming from. Oh, you notice someone small, perhaps a gnome, a halfling, a child, rolled up in the ball at the bottom of the chasm, under a stone ledge. He's crouched down, head on his knees. He's hiking his legs tightly. Appears to be one of the caravanners caught by the swarm. He's crying aloud, one continuous tone, and strengthens as it echoes through the credits, building to something truly haunting. Oh, how no wolf. I got a question for chat. Should we help this guy out or not? Wargold isn't the kind of person that just helps us out with for no favors, but I want chat's opinion. What does chat think? Do we save the bozo or not? Don't let your dreams be dreams. My dream is we ignore this bozo and keep going.
Sorry, fellow, but I'm bit different.
Oh, God. There's the Vescor Queen.
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
Death from above! Oh God, she does so much damage.
Retreat is not an option.
Wampus. I need to get Nanio's spell penetration. Alright, rattle her bones! Ah, okay, maybe they just have an absurd spell resistance. Come on, Regal.
Kneel before me.
Thank you, Regal. Uttering her last shriek, the Swarm Queen slumps to the ground. Immediately, as if by magic, the distant sounds of battle begin to subside. Several small beasts sit on their mother's body, sinking their mandibles into it. The canyon drowns the wave of scent, the sweet swervic scent with a hint of bite, like a crackle in the air before a storm. Looking at the slain monster, for a brief moment you feel an inexplicable sensation of No. The Vestal Queen is disgusted by a strange kinship. What is it like to be a part of a swarm, hostile to all life, hating everyone and being hated by everyone? You take a deep breath and the sensation passes.
Ah, that was weird.
Mongols in the cave in Canaveras could eat that, I guess. That's it, you filth. No more flying. It's good we got rid of her without suffering more losses. Just a little longer, we've been forced to bury a lot of our fighters in this cursed land. Suddenly, Neva stops. Her nostrils flare and her eyes scan the floor and the walls of the canyon. She squats, poking a lump some slight distance. Lifts up most closely, smells them, and cringes.
Something wrong?
Aha! I bet you my life that your gear has been this nasty stench when we're entering the canyon. I saw the queen bug spraying it around, summoning her spawn to her. By the way, so you know that smells are extremely effective in attracting attention not only in the insect world. For example, the tavern keeper in Canaveras can, for 10 minutes, purposely and dodgily search for a rotten fish that turns out to be pocketed in his apron. Let's see if I can find the source of this smell on my equipment. You and any of you look through your things and find the source of smell. A thinning handkerchief. Looks like it's been soaked in something, like the Swarm Queen's slime. I'll be damned. When the Queen was spraying that sweet-smelling goop around, the Swarm flew to it like flies to jam. The chewed-up bodies of the caravanners smell like this too. I checked. Commander, I think some rat planted a handkerchief on you, and ensure that the Vescabors will find you. Wargold's been tagged for assassination already. Our commander's all grown up. I thought this crusade couldn't get any worse, but now we have a mysterious traitor who's trying to feed us to a swarm of repulsive insects.
There, I was thinking you'd be first in line to feed me to some repulsive bugs.
No, my dear Wargold. I have standards. What's more, my feelings to you may be quite, twumptuous, but not altogether negative. So, if I were to feed you to some insects, I guarantee they would be the most sublimely beautiful creatures you've ever seen.
Hey, that rules! Well, in that case, the least I can do is ensure that the swamp head on you meets your exceeding aesthetic standards. They may be flowers.
We understand each other surprisingly well, don't we? Touché. So, there's a traitor in the Mendev camp. Nothing new there.
Looks like I have enemies in Mendev. Someone wanted to get rid.
True. Nobody likes upstarts. If you knew what Erebeth's allies hissed behind her back when she was appointed head of the Evil Watch. Anyway, we have to keep our eyes open. A handkerchief could have been planted here by magic. But take it from a professional paranoiac. I think we got our camp in Canabras. We squashed the cultists time and time again. But they're like maggots to a dead hog. Some could have infiltrated our forces too. We had to keep an eye open and our guards up. It's time we get back to our people. I say we destroy the Queen's body. I've heard the little bugs who eat their flesh the mothers can be reborn as Swarm Queens themselves. It's kind of the last thing we need, right?
Alright, get rid of that thing. Ugh, smells worse than I do.
Great. Cleaning up after a fight is just what I like. We'll start here, and little by little, we'll clean up the entire world wound. Anita, Commander, what a relief! You're alive! I just saw the swarm begin the thing and ran to you immediately. My squad handled the assignment. I healed everyone I could, but my warriors have had quite a fight. Not very pleasant to be eaten alive, then healed, and then eaten, then healed again.
Well, I'm glad that's over.
What happened up there can't be described in words. You were the only one who carried the day, Waragold. Luckily, our losses were not as great as we feared. Not many are even wounded. If you'd been a moment later, I'm afraid to imagine what might have happened to us. Unfortunately, the insect acid ruined what left of the caravan. Of course, I sympathize with those who perished, but could have used their gear. How could this caravan even come to be here? This is no place for civilians. They lost their lives for nothing. They couldn't even leave useful behind.
The army is the backbone of Crusade, my best weapon. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have sacrificed valuable loot to preserve the lives of a couple dozen foolish knights.
What matters is that everything is over and we won. What are we going to do now? Since you're here, please take a look around. I found some painted runes and traces of something that seemed like a ritual. You need to figure out what this is. Demonology. Aha! Easily done. I'm no mage, unfortunately, but I'm in the habit of thoroughly documenting all descriptions of rituals in symbolic magical books, especially demonic ones. Someone very recently opened a portal to the abyss here, and summoned someone. It's not difficult to figure out who they summoned. She's lying dead right there. I can guess who carried out this ritual. Handwriting is unique even when it comes to runes. I examined the Grey Garrison after your success, documented everything I found for Queen Galfrey, and I'm sure that the hand that drew this rune circle is the same in both instances. It's the work of the same spellcaster. Yeah, clever to set a trap and exhaust us instead of fighting us openly. We shouldn't be afraid of demons. We ran through this little trap, didn't we? We'll overcome the next one too. We just need to keep forging ahead. Well, since we finished off the swarm, we know someone's giving us trouble. I suggest we get out of here. I'm done with bugs. Alright, so there's a little optional area that we can get to after, but I don't feel like doing that right now because most of our stuff is wounded. And also, I think there's traps down there. So, I'm going to go to camp, take a nap, and then we'll go back down there and beat up whatever horrors lie below. But first, rob people. Rob people. Rob people. Strange perfume. A unique scent. It smells something acacia heart tones, like the air before a storm. When I fought the swarm vestilers, someone put a handkerchief soaked with pheromones in my pocket, which attracted insects. I found the vial of the same pheromones in your tent. That's my perfume. Perhaps it's strange to take a perfume on a strange crusade, but you see, Knight Commander, it's a reminder of my more normal, peaceful time. What I'll go back to after we've won. And besides, the smell drives men insane. I have no idea how this smell affects infernal insects. I'm a historian, not a demonologist. Perhaps some malicious person used my perfume to lure the vesicles too. But I swear it wasn't me. Maybe one of my admirers is trying to hurt you and set me up. I gotta go. If you have any questions, come back.
So, it drives men crazy, huh?
Just douses herself in it. Hey, little one. I say you can do magic. Can you heal me?
Yes.
Of course. Thank you. That's much better. How old are you? You're only a child. I have a granddaughter at home just like you. Oh, little girl, how did you end up here? What are you doing in the thick of it with all of us?
I'm just like you. I came to the thick, so the thick wouldn't come to the other kids, like your granddaughter.
Well, I'll be so little and yet more courageous than some officers. Talking to you has taken a load off of my mind. I reckon it's just not my arm you healed.
Hi!
It's weird. Most of the soldiers are very religious, but they look at you and me, two atheists, as if we're saints.
Is that really so unusual? These good people are scared, and they want someone to take care of them. Some turn to gods, others to their commander, and still others rely on those who can impress them with big speeches or magic tricks. The truth is they all just want to be a little again, with their moms and dads holding them tight and shielding them from harm. Everyone wants that. It's pity it can't happen. But you know, it's surprising. So many soldiers come to me. They say I bring them comfort and give them strength. But I don't do anything like that at all. I only talk to them nicely. I'm just a feather-brained little girl. What if I say something wrong? Maybe I should keep quiet. I can tell them that my words make them feel better. I guess I'm just confused.
Don't second guess yourself. You're helping all of us. Honestly, you're making me get a bit gushy and sentimental, and that takes work.
You think so?
I think I'm just wandering around saying silly things.
Alright, it must be true if you say so.
Alright. Must rage snap!
Rich girl, quick question. What do you see in this picture?
Just some ink blots. Looks like a heart lying in a pool of blood. Why are you showing me something so vile? Camilla is very obviously evil. Kind of tempted to leave the stream at this. I'm getting a little tired. And I'm also hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day. Just a dazzling display for all of y'all. Oh yeah, the items we picked up. Give that to Lan. The shirt we picked up is a big buff to Monk. Dodge bonus to AC and attack damage rolls with unarmed attacks. The AC boost is mostly the big thing we want. Let's give Nenio the spell penetration robes. And then we'll go back down to Leper's Smile and observe the horrors. Whoops, wrong direction. Sorry, I'm just admiring all the cool stuff I'm gonna get eventually. Alright, let's swap our Regil for our tiefling boy. For Wolgif! Or is it pronounced Wolgif? I guess we'll never know. Alright. Down to the horrible depths. We go.
Smile, the world's not ending just yet.
Oh, thank goodness we have delay poison meal. So we are gonna need that.
Ugh, the waiting's never fun.
Lasts for an hour, but an hour is all we need.
Did we step on their toes as well?
I will see to your demise.
This boulder is covering a secret tunnel. Can we... Ah.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
accidentally moved the window again. Professional streamer, everyone.
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Done.
Let's have
Mind
some
over
fun.
muscle.
Bonk.
Can we retreat
You
already?
won't survive me.
Ah, Mick heck, we got level drain. And so soon, too. It's not even Tuesday, isn't it?
Something wrong?
Right, if I remember correctly, this fight sucks.
No time for debates.
It's within fireballing distance. Oh? Hang on. I just realized I can hurt undead with this stuff. Nice! As soon as your fingers touch the wand, a surge of energy courses through your body. A howling choir of restless souls deafen your air thoughts. Green light pours from your eyes. It rends your soul from your body if you so much as will it. The wand vibrates in your hand, like it's alive. But no, it is certainly not. As you realize in amazing clarity, there is definitely something terrible inside, and it is studying you closely. Reach out your mind, touch the power that's hiding within the wand. Your hand clenches the wand harder and harder, like it's closing around the throat of an enemy. Suddenly, the darkness lurking within the wand emerges and seizes your hand. It claws through your eyes and deep into your mind. It sparks flares in the darkness. It's a firefly, held gently in the hands of a young mage. Its light briefly diminishes in the gloom, but it's clear enough to see the stone walls of a dungeon. There are several others, young and battered wizards, crusaders holding magic wands, all showing signs of a recent battle. You hear a rumble from above, followed by ferocious steam streaks. The mage rises, preparing for another fight. A tall figure rises before them. Master Zacharias, you're alive! The mage towering over his apprentice is pale, his clothes covered in blood, his voice is dull and dispassionate. The newfound sanctuary has fallen. You have fulfilled your duty. Now leave. This battle is not yours, till dawn. The apprentice, baffled, turns around to the young man holding the firefly. Today I die. Leave, my friends. Take my wand and deliver it to Canopus. And the hour of great need, let a worthy crusader return to me. I will know that my brothers need me, and I will rise to their end. Even death will not stand in the way. Yoink! The green light fades as quickly as it rises. The choir of the dead quiet their howls. The power slips away, even as every part of your body protests against it. You vividly realize how fragile and fickle mortal flesh is.
Endure this!
Cover me, all right?
Problem here mostly lies with this Harkel guy.
Refuses to cooperate.
He is very strong, very scary, and very deadly. And I don't think we can fly at him because we're... Oh, we can fly at him. Yeah, he's got a lot of armor class.
Make every strike count.
Very spooky.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Yeah, as you can see, he decided, yay, bibbity bobbity, your hit points are now my property.
Precision and grace.
And we get to level up! Hooray! Quick smash! We get to smash! Smash, like, and subscribe! Quick question. Did I grab outflank for you? I did! I did. Shift your multi-attack. Yes. Very useful. I do not have outflank with you, though, so that is a thing that must be rectified. Where's my outflank? There's my outflank! Gimme! Thank you. Let's give haste. Magic weapon greater. Don't we already just gain snapshot? Yeah, we do. No point in taking snapshot then. I really won't. Given that land's a monk, snapshot's not gonna really, cluster shot's not gonna really do much, but might as well. Just to get rid of, some of that damage reduction. Tell me, do we have greater spell penetration? Of course we do. Phantasmal Killer! Basically one of the best spells for Nenio. This thing can literally just win you some fights immediately because it just one-shots the guy. Come to think of it, I think I want to bump Darren's religion. Considering he's going to be our healer, we're going to want to have some religion in there if we don't take Soseo. Because Soseo is our mage, whenever you cast a cure spell. Oh, Hey! It's cures. That's pretty good. Alright, let's see here. Nothing really good here, besides Unbreakable Heart. Line weapon. Brace. Resist energy. Paralysis can be annoying. Let's go with remove paralysis. Not gonna get a whole lot of paralysis, but might as well. Do I want magical vestments or protection from energy? Let's get magical vestments. Massive Claw, judging by its head's color, belong to a silver dragon. Time to loot the bodies! Got a random helmet.
ride from me.
More stuff. More stuff for what? More stuff from what to what? Eh? What am I missing? No loot undiscovered. Let's see here. Taking a while, I guess. Now that we got that stuff, we gotta get all this stuff. Stuff will be gotten.
Yet another obstacle.
And if you have any problems with that, you can stuff it.
I'll make short work of this. Miss me already?
I'll remove this obstacle.
Crusading isn't that boring after all.
It's all your fault.
Have a cure light wounds, it's the least we could give you. And there's a trap there. It links all the way to back here. And that is a hunter retriever. Very dangerous.
My tail is restless.
Ha-i-riti. Ha-i-riti. Ha-i-riti.
Yes, what?
That's nicely.
I'm always open to ideas. You require my unbiased
Rules are
opinion?
made to be broken.
Magritio, Curios. Rimosi, Travisi. Rimosi, Travisi.
Alright.
I'm all ears.
Did you see that?
Practically dead already.
This thing refuses to cooperate.
Distract them for me.
Out of my sight.
Huh. Maybe this thing wasn't as dangerous as I remembered. Or maybe it's just because I'm buffed to hell and back.
Pretty good, aren't I?
The additional saving throw against poison isn't going to be very useful when we have a spell that just grants us universal immunity to it. So, thanks for the thought, game, but no thanks. Oh boy, more Vescabors. Who could have seen this coming?
You should have listened to reason.
Oh, it's a rock. It's just a rock. We can just walk up and pummel these guys. They're free pummel.
Performance is lacking. You are lacking.
Good lord, those flails are going everywhere. It really was the right choice to pick the heavy flails. Simply
Let
for
the duel commence.
simply for funny. Right, these guys. They're actually really dangerous because they can inflict confusion on your entire party. And they're also poisonous, but that's what the play poison communal is for.
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
My tail is twitching. Must be a sign. This is my kind of work.
And there's... Oh, and you thought I was bad enough the first time? There's another one over here. And now it has a Vescabor swarm.
Always be ready for the worst.
Let's have some fun.
Land's choice of words could not be better. I think you can instantly kill them with Phantasmal Killer though, but sadly, we lack spell slots.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Cover me, all right?
Ah, that's done with. We can just Vescabor the dwarves.
Might be trap, might be treasure. This is my kind of work.
Better be something real. No, don't go on to the trap. Thank you. Fact-finding.
Pretty good, aren't I?
That's it? Oh, looks like we cleared the place out.
Just in time for a kitty.
Miss. Alright. Okay. I guess that's gonna be it then. Let's get the heck out of here and never come back. And away we go. I simply wanted to waste that little bit of time because can't run an army on a broken sleep schedule. Or can you? Anyway, let's just level up all of our peeps, and then we'll just call it a stream. Let's give Derenge a level. If I could, I'd like to see Regel's stats really quickly for a second. I don't really like it. If there was one big complaint I have for Regil, is that his skills are kind of just all over the place. Not very good. Oh, what am I doing? Outflank. There we go. Although we get nerf feet, so let's pick up something nice. Like double slings. Or perhaps improve two-weapon fighting. Alright. Give this a sail. This Obeo. It's more of a melee cleric, so flank. Everyone gets outflank. Listen to me. You get outflank. You get outflank. Everybody gets outflank. Gotta be here somewhere. There we go. Let's see here. Get better spell penetration. Because she's going to be our Apster Blapster. Let's get enlarged person just so we can have a buff that she can use. Yeah, we can pick Cure Moderate Wounds. I can't think of anything better. Oh, Spell Magic's gonna be very useful. And now we have Camilla. Actually, outflank. Alright, we leveled everyone up, and so that means we have our stream done. Thanks for all the people who showed up. I know not a lot of people showed up today, but thanks to a few people who did. And I'll see you again next Thursday where we will continue our long march to Dresden.
Bye-bye.